local fire union members are sharing their concerns after the city of Duluth proposed a budget change that could affect their health care benefits. Plus, Enbridge has finished constructing the controversial Line 3 pipeline. We're getting reaction from those in favor and opposed to the addition. And content creators from around the world are in Duluth this week for the Catalyst Content Festival. What you can expect.
From CBS 3 Duluth, this is the CBS 3 News at 6.
Good evening. I'm Jenna Wells. Kristen is off tonight. Thank you for joining us. A local fire union is speaking out today about a newly proposed plan that they say would impact their lives in a big way. Duluth Local Fire Union 101 publicly expressed concern today over an amendment to the city's budget that would allow for changes to their health care benefits, something some members say was never discussed. CBS 3's Quinn Gorham heard from union members and leaders today and learned what they're asking of city leaders.
This is preventable. I mean, we have the tools, we have a strategy to prevent a cliff.
Last week, city leaders and Mayor Larson announced a budget proposal that would, among other things, up training funds for first responders.
They need and want more training dollars.
That same proposal, however, would also raise the cost of health care benefits for all city employees. It's a change that has some workers concerned.
I mean, those are discussions that we're supposed to have through the negotiation process and, not in a public forum like this. And we look forward to having those discussions.
Pete Johnson, a member of Duluth Local 101, says the union's concerned about the lack of communication between city officials and firefighters. That's why today they gathered on the steps of City Hall to voice their frustrations.
It is not something that should be traded away for a quick fix.
Johnson says historically there's been communication between the union and the city about any proposed changes to benefits.
In previous years we'd been having discussions on this, and those discussions had, stopped due to COVID, and we expected them to start back up, but not this way.
Union members aren't exactly sure what those changes could look like, but some retired firefighters like Dane Youngblum say they're worried their health care plans could be impacted as well.
You make your plan based on what the city has promised you, and then it shouldn't be changed after you go,
Johnson says he's confident that the city and union can come to a solution.
Having those discussions and finding something that the city agrees will work, our workers and our unions agree will work, and then we vote on it and we work to implement it.
And Youngblum hopes the city remembers former firefighters like himself.
I would like to see them go good on their promise.
We reached out to Mayor Larson for a comment on today's press conference, but she declined, instead sending a statement that said the administration doesn't comment on ongoing labor negotiations. She added the city is also looking forward to providing health coverage that's both market competitive and mindful of future budgets and tax levies. Meanwhile, Proctor High School's entire football season has been canceled. This comes amid an ongoing police investigation into what school leaders are calling student misconduct on the football team. Police say they can't comment on what led to those allegations since it's still an open investigation. Proctor superintendent says the district made the decision to cancel the high school football season after consulting with Proctor Police, the Minnesota State High School League, and lawyers. Previously, the football season had been on hold. The superintendent says the misconduct goes against the district's Rail Strong motto, which asks students to do the right thing even when no one is watching. He says the district will take action on what he called substantiated misconduct and will address all problems within the football program, adding that they're confident that when the football program returns next season, students will represent the school and community in a positive way on and off the field. Well, now it's time for Dave to join us with a quick look at the weather. Dave, pretty fall colors, but summer-like temperatures today in some spots.
At least for inland areas, yeah, but there was a ring of cooler by the lake that was also cloudier. So we had two flavors of weather today. Let's take a look at who got the hotter and who got the cooler. Well, inland, indeed. Look at International Falls, 84 for a high temp today. and 82 for Grand Rapids, 81 Moose Lake and Hayward, 82 Solon Springs, even 81 degrees in Ironwood. Cooler by the lake means 62 by the lake in Grand Marais to 57 on Park Point. Similar temperatures with us again tomorrow, though maybe not cracking 80 this time around. And talking about two flavors of weather, tomorrow high pressure will make it sunny one more day in Wisconsin and Michigan, but that advancing low could bring a shower chance for Minnesota. Short-term forecast says the shower chance is about a 30% shot and primarily for Minnesota. But once we get into Friday, it's a 70% chance for everybody. Will it include thunderstorms? I'll talk about that a little bit later here in the news.
Great. Thank you, Dave. After years of back and forth, Enbridge says the Line 3 pipeline expansion across Minnesota is complete and will start operating on Friday. The Canadian-based company's president and CEO made that announcement this morning. The project was completed despite a stiff opposition from tribes, environmentalists, and other groups. They claimed the 337-mile pipeline violated treaty rights, would worsen climate change, and risked spills. Enbridge spokespeople said it was necessary to replace and expand a deteriorating pipeline. The line starts in Canada before crossing North Dakota and Minnesota en route to Enbridge's terminal in Superior. Today, environmentalists against the project said they hope their fight against Line 3 reshaped the world's views around climate change, treaty rights, and more. They hope this will be the last pipeline of its kind built in the United States. Meanwhile, Minnesota Congressman Pete Stauber said this is a major accomplishment for the state. He credited union members, contractors, and tribal members with the pipeline's completion. Stauber called it a win for every Minnesotan. St. Louis County swore in its new lead prosecutor today. Kim Mackey is the new county attorney. She thanked her family, friends, and co-workers for their support over the years. She also thanked outgoing county attorney Mark Rubin for being a good boss. She says she always felt heard, respected, and valued at the office and plans to follow in those footsteps. Mackey says she will work toward a fair and thoughtful prosecution, protecting the most vulnerable and ensuring efficient and effective government.
I can't adequately express how honored I am and how hard I'm going to work to make sure that I do a good job for you and for everybody else in St. Louis County.
Mackey officially takes over the office tomorrow. Rubin announced earlier this year he planned to retire after leading the office for 11 years. Additional housing for senior citizens experiencing homelessness is coming to Duluth. St. Luke's Hospital and Chum announced their partnership today to transform the St. Francis apartments in downtown Duluth. Chum has already been leasing the first floor of the building located near First Avenue and West 2nd Street. They've been providing 11 people with a safe place to stay. St. Luke's has now purchased the entire building, and it will soon be able to house 43 homeless seniors. The project's cost totals $2.5 million. Project leaders say this is a critical resource for our community.
We know that stable housing is foundational to good health. And this partnership will help 43 individuals who are currently homeless or on the verge of homelessness have a safe and supportive place to call home.
St. Luke's will maintain the building while Chum will provide programming. The housing is available for seniors experiencing homelessness, ages 55 and older. Those 65 and older, veterans, and those with disabilities will be prioritized. Nearly 200 Minnesota health workers, including a handful from Essentia and St. Luke's, are suing their employers over vaccine mandates. The lawsuit was filed in federal court late on Monday. It's against federal officials and about 20 providers operating hospitals and clinics across Minnesota. Again, that includes St. Luke's and Essentia St. Mary's. The nurses, doctors, and technicians who signed the lawsuit claim the alternatives to getting the vaccine infringe on their constitutional rights. The lawsuit seeks a temporary stop to any employees being let go over the vaccine mandate. Or they're asking for steps to put unvaccinated healthcare workers on unpaid leave while the case plays out. 10 Essentia employees signed the lawsuit along with 2 from St. Luke's. Many applied for a religious exemption, but according to the lawsuit, they haven't heard back. We reached out to both hospitals for a statement, but they said they don't comment on pending court cases. We also asked for their latest employee vaccination rates, which we didn't get by news time. Essentia employees have to be fully vaccinated by November 1st. For St. Luke's, that deadline is this Friday. A UMD student is suing the University of Minnesota system over its vaccine mandate. The university has ordered students at all campuses to be vaccinated by October 8th. Students who don't comply won't be able to enroll in future classes. The petition was filed in St. Louis County District Court, but the student filing the suit is not named. However, it states he tested positive for coronavirus last year and could provide evidence of immunity against COVID-19. The student claims he has a fundamental right to refuse the vaccine and that he should be allowed to remain a student at UMD. We reached out to University System President Joan Gable, who is listed in the petition. The president's office sent a statement saying the university hasn't been served the lawsuit yet and hasn't had a chance to review the details. They say they're confident in their decision to require vaccines, and keeping the campus a healthy, safe place is a high priority. A deer at a farm in northern Wisconsin has tested positive for a deadly disease. State officials said the animal with chronic wasting disease was located in Vilas County. Experts say the adult doe didn't show any signs of disease when they died. Now the rest of the farm's 250 white-tailed deer are quarantined while vets and health experts investigate. Chronic wasting disease has been spreading throughout the Northland and is a concern for the region's deer population. Still to come on Live Local, CBS 3 content creators from all over the world will be in Duluth this weekend. We're taking you to the Catalyst Contest next.
Wide range of temperatures today. The high hit 69 at the airport in Duluth, closer to the lake, while farther inland into the 80s for a lot of towns. Tomorrow may not be quite as warm, but still warmer than normal. We'll talk about that and a rain chance that'll slowly ease in coming up after the break.
Get your news on the go. The CBS 3 mobile app.
At Super One Foods, we go to great measures to deliver you with top quality meat every day. Try our Smithfield boneless pork steak for only $2.49 per pound and get Black Angus boneless sirloin tip steak for just $4.94 per pound. Plus, we provide the best of the best in fresh produce. Get 3 pounds of new crop Yukon Gold potatoes for just 99 cents each and Dole organic bananas for just 77 cents per pound. Through all that we do, we've got you in mind. Super One Foods, serving you lower prices and better choices.
At the DTA, we're making your bus ride even safer. You can now buy your ticket anytime, anywhere, using the new MyDTA app for mobile fare payment and trip planning. Contactless, safe, convenient.
I checked out a bunch of other schools around the area, and really it came down to like the staff, the machine shop here. I went to the open house, talked to a lot of different companies from around here, and just chose that this would be a really good program to get started in.
Join us in the beautiful fields and orchards of Bayfield, Wisconsin for our Fruit Loop, now picking blackberries and blueberries. For more information, visit our website today.
The big 6% instant rebate is back. Hi, John with Prime Appliance, and yep, that's right. You'll get an additional 6% off in the floor price instantly when you pay at the counter. What could be sweeter? Get this great valued Frigidaire counter depth 17 cubic foot quad door refrigerator in smudge-free stainless. Regularly $14.99, sale price $12.99, and just $12.21 after 6% rebate. Financing always available. Have our pros deliver and install or take it home today. Prime Appliance, it's the best place to buy your appliances.
Epilepsy can affect anyone with a brain.
It does not discriminate.
If you have a brain,
you can get epilepsy.
But here's something that's just as important to know.
Anyone with a brain can affect epilepsy.
So let's use our brains to do just that.
Let's change the way people think about epilepsy.
To find cures.
Because if all of us can get epilepsy,
all of us
can end epilepsy.
We just need to use our brains.
Let's use our brains.
Let's use our brains.
Let's use our brains to end epilepsy.
The Kelly Clarkson Show is hitting the road and kicking off a new season in NYC. Big shows, big stars, and big surprises. From Central Park to Coney Island, I'm putting the y'all in New York. You didn't even know it was there, but it is now.
School visits are an important part of kind of being part of the community outside of the TV station here. When I was in 6th grade, that's when I learned meteorology was it for me. Being on the other side of that now, for me being able to kind of pursue that, it's important for me to then be able to get back into the community. If I can go into a classroom and get just one person who was interested, or just one person who, you know, leaves there knowing like, wow, I learned something new today. For me, I did my job, and that means a lot to me.
Watch meteorologist Caitlin Moffitt weekdays at 5 a.m. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Today was a good day to get out and go looking at the fall colors. Some places have them better than others. General rule of thumb is farther north gets the colors earlier, and so Peter Kevakauskas, my colleague meteorologist from the weekends, went up to Lutzen today, got this gorgeous shot from up at a high elevation, almost going past peak up in that part of the territory. So thank you, Peter, for this shot this weekend. It may not be horrible for going to look at the colors, though there could be some showers both Saturday and Sunday. Best chance of rain will come on Friday, and we'll talk about that coming up in just a little bit. Right now, we've got the current conditions from Duluth International. We're at 60 degrees. Relative humidity, 78%. East-southeast wind, 9 miles per hour. 30.08 inches of mercury. Our air pressure, which is on the higher side. So inland areas, well, we're looking at a fairly sunny sky still, but closer to the lake, a little bit cooler by the lake, and so temperature and dew point are closer together, and you see those clouds up in the sky. Now, we take a look at the current temperatures, and we see that temperature discrepancy, 59 to 63 or so for towns by the lake at this moment, with 78 still in Ironwood, 77 for Hayward, but down to 68 for Moose Lake, but still 79 in Grand Rapids and 81 in International Falls. Tomorrow's temperature trends will be very similar, cooler by the lake, but not quite as warm inland, maybe upper 70s rather than lower 80s. Doppler map right now shows higher pressure still in control of the area for the most part, and especially for Wisconsinites and folks in the UP. In Minnesota, clouds are starting to creep in advance of a low pressure system, and so that sets us up for a dual day on Thursday. Wisconsin and Michigan will still have the high, it'll still be fairly sunny and pretty mild as well. In Minnesota, with the low bearing down, clouds will be a little bit thicker, and Thursday afternoon and evening we'll kick out a 30% chance for showers for that part of our world, which then fills in and becomes a 70% chance for showers and thunderstorms for everybody once we get into Friday, and that in turn devolves towards a 30-40% chance for showers on and off, both for Saturday, Sunday, and maybe Monday as well. So on that note, we get into the 7-day forecast. Tonight in Minnesota, mostly cloudy sky with lows from 50 to 55. Wisconsin and Michigan, partly cloudy sky with lows from 50 to 53. Tomorrow, one more sunny day and warm day for Wisconsin and Michigan, highs 71 to 79. Minnesota, we'll call it partly sunny with a 30% chance for showers late in the day. 60s by the lake, 70s farther inland. Eyeing up this extended forecast, that rain chance lasts from Thursday night through Monday morning. Best chance again is Friday. We hold on to the 70s through Saturday. Then we dial back to normal, lower 60s after that.
All right, thank you, Dave. This weekend will be full of creativity as an international content creator festival called Catalyst has made its way back to Duluth. CBS 3's Abigail Smith is joining us live from Zeitgeist, one of the venues hosting events in downtown Duluth. Abby, it looks so cool behind you. What's going on down there?
Yeah, Jenna, more than 600 people are at this festival. And as you can see, Superior Street is painted in red with the title of scripts that will be shown at the festival by different creatives. People are attending workshops, doing showings, and reading scripts at places like the Zeitgeist, Blackwater, and North Shore Theater. Script titles burst from red stars along Superior Street, honoring and welcoming creatives from across the world. After a year apart, creatives have been anxiously waiting to get back together again, sharing ideas, pitching their own stories, and listening to huge agencies that have worked on hits like Netflix's Stranger Things. The festival focuses on television and show scripts. Some creators behind those scripts are also staking out Duluth for their next show. Duluthian Brandon Cole had his script selected into Catalyst and says he can't wait for bigger and better things.
My hope and my expectation is that
You know, I meet somebody in the next few days, or somebody sees my table read and they go, hey, that's really cool. I want to get behind that project and buy it, fund it, whatever, and hopefully keep me on as a director and hopefully enable me to use some of my local crew that I have, because I do want to shoot it locally.
Brandon says he dabbles in all types of shows, but his own stuff is either dark drama or horror. He says the best advice he's gotten in this industry is to have unrealistic expectations and hope for the best. The festival lasts all weekend with vaccine and mask mandates in place.
Very cool. Thank you, Abby. And later at 10, we'll hear from international content creators about what this trip to Duluth means for their work. Thanks again. And Kelly Hinseth is here for a look at what's coming up next in sports.
Yeah, believe it or not, it is time to talk college hockey. UMD women's hockey hits the road this weekend for their first WCHA series of the year. We'll have a preview coming up next.
We're kicking off a new season in NYC. I'm putting the y'all in New York. You didn't even know it was there, but it is now.
CBS 3 Live Cams, brought to you by KohlerChef.com, now featuring the Kohler Express Deal online buying solution. KohlerChef.com, a better way to buy.
Fall is here, and you know what that means? Oktoberfest. It's beer, food, music, and yeah, those funny outfits. And nobody does Oktoberfest better than the Breeze Inn. Now through October 10th, the crew has prepared a full German lunch and dinner menu in addition to their current menu. Raise a pint of your favorite Oktoberfest beer and celebrate German food and live music in the big tent at the Breeze Inn. This Saturday, the Breeze welcomes the Carlson Brothers, the Juke Joint Bandits, and the Northwoods Band from 4 to 11. Reservations and outside seating available. The Breeze Inn, just minutes up Gene Duluth Road. Prost!
No one has ever reinvented mattress shopping until now. The grand opening of Slumberland Sleep Solutions, where we've simplified, uncomplicated, and laid things out for you. Start with a quick rest match to pick your basic mattress type.
You love memory foam.
I really do.
Then shop the information and rating system on each bed. Did you know you can get great back support with a soft feel? It's true, and easy to find. Mattress shopping, reinvented, only at Slumberland Furniture.
Culligan, our water makes my skin and hair feel like I'm 90.
How do you feel about high-efficiency water softeners from Culligan Water?
What?
How do you feel about smoother skin and luxurious hair?
I feel very good about that.
That's the power of water.
Get ready, y'all. Start spreading the news. We're taking the show on the road and kicking off a new season in NYC. Big shows, big stars, and big surprises. We're going big in the Big Apple. Well, that works too. From Central Park to Coney Island, I'm putting the y'all in New York. You didn't even know it was there, but it is now.
Little bit brave. Don't ever be afraid to.
We got a couple questions.
Do you think it's time for schools to reopen?
There is some positive breaking news.
We've got a lot of important new information for you and your family.
Heart attacks and strokes happen, even in the midst of COVID-19, and at least one will occur while you're watching this. Heart attacks and strokes are medical emergencies. If you experience symptoms of a heart attack or stroke, do not delay seeking care. Call 911 immediately. Hospitals are prepared and can safely treat you. Visit cdc.gov/coronavirus to learn more.
Bulldog hockey is back. Don't miss out on the action when the Bulldogs take on the Beavers of Bemidji State University. Saturday, October 9th at 7, only on My 9 Sports. Brought to you by Essentia Health and Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac.
Get your news on the go, the CBS 3 mobile app. Now, CBS 3 Sports with Kelly Hinseth.
The quest to get back to the Frozen Four, and hopefully this time all the way to the national championship game and a trophy, begins this weekend for UMD women's hockey. And boy, if there was a year they could get it done, It would be this one. The name of the game is offensive weapons and experience in those offensive weapons. The team returns nearly everyone from a loaded team that made the postseason run in 2021. In addition, a former Patty Kazmir winner in Elizabeth Jaguar, who transferred earlier this summer. UMD sits at 5th and 6th, heading into Mankato this weekend.
It's awesome because everybody's back. You know, it's reload. You know, it's not a rebuild situation. We got better. We picked up some key pieces, and we're hungry. Like I said, we have our eyes set on that final prize, that national championship. But we know what we talk about in our program is every day. It's a process. Wins will take care of themselves as long as we do what we need to do every day.
With some of us getting an extra season, we're definitely not taking anything for granted and just going out there and knowing how good of a team we have and using that to our advantage. And I think we're going to prove a lot of people wrong across the country with what we have.
The puck drops against the Mavericks in Mankato on Friday and Saturday. 500 career wins in his 20th season. UMD head coach Jim Booz can finally add that to his resume. This past Friday, Booz and his Bulldogs found the fight to come back against the Cougars of Sioux Falls in a 5-set thriller to earn him the accomplishment only 14 other Division II head coaches have done.
Pretty cool milestone to be a part of. It just makes you think back and reminisce on all the different people that you've been involved with and all the hard work that's gone into building the program and finding ways to grind through matches. It's certainly a memorable moment, the way that match evolved and the fact that we were able to find a way to win it at 15-13 despite not playing great volleyball for the majority of the match. It was just another great example of this group's ability to really work.
On Saturday, UMD made a quick turnaround to play their second weekend matchup with number 6 Southwest Minnesota State University, where they competed in another 5-set nail-biter. This time, the result was different. After a loss to the Mustangs, the Bulldogs putting that behind them in order to get better each day, sticking with their growth mindset ahead of this week's next big matchup, where Romano Gym will see Minnesota State at number 4 Concordia.
Saturday, we're going to have to play very crisp and clean, and we're going to have to be rhythmic and in system, and we know that's going to be a challenge, and that's the beauty of this league is, you know, the lessons to be learned aren't always going to be easy, but they're going to help you get better.
Are you good at volleyball?
No, I'm terrible at it, but I played it at the OP. I played bar volleyball over the summer like twice as an alternate, and I was bad.
I have to echo the same thing. We play at Skyline once in a while.
Do you?
Shout out to the
I feel like
Mackinac
you'd be
Peaches.
good at volleyball. You're
I get a couple blue moons in me, and I think I'm good at volleyball.
Oh, 100%. Like, I will dive.
Yeah. It's like,
it.
it doesn't hurt at all. And then our last game of the year, actually, caveat, I jammed, like, both my fingers, and so I was out for the rest of the year.
My parents played volleyball. I worked at a bar that had volleyball when I was in college. My parents played volleyball there, and I think all of them got hurt.
It's a dangerous sport.
Friends. It's a dangerous
Jammed fingers, broken fingers, ankles.
Yeah, it's a mess. All right. Well, Dave, how's the rest of the night looking?
Hey, not too bad. Clouds will be a little bit thicker for Minnesotans, and that sets Minnesota up for a 30% chance for showers on Thursday, followed up by a 70% chance for showers and thunderstorms for everybody. Yeah, that's on Friday. Then we wind down to just some sprinkly things here Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Temperatures warm today, but eventually cooling down towards 60 by Tuesday.
All right, sounds good to me. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again at 10 o'clock.